team. Cowboys. And who I'm rolling with.
It's another episode of Classic Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I did a Super Bowl memories, 1992 Cowboys. Now it's time for our first Super Bowl memories of our first Super Bowl win. Okay, 1971 when we played the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins actually went to 3 straight Super Bowls: 71, 72, 73. Okay, they lost this one to us 24-3, but they went back to back in the next 2 years. Okay, but yeah.
The Cowboys never had trouble getting to the big games. Winning them was always the problem. In Super Bowl VI, they faced an up-and-coming team, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins' defense was built on speed and pursuit, and those traits were personified by Nick Bonaconte, their middle linebacker. The Cowboys' strategy was to take his best assets and convert them into liabilities.
He's tough, he's strong, he's got great recognition and great lateral movement. He'll really go after the play. Therefore, we have to control him.
The film work paid off. Dwayne Thomas led the Cowboys with 95 yards rushing. As a team, they piled up a record 252 yards on the ground. The Cowboys disguised their runs and had Bonaconte, number 85, going the wrong way all day. Dallas moved the ball effortlessly and gave ground reluctantly. Miami managed 3 points. For the only time in Super Bowl history, a team was held without a touchdown. For Bob Lilly, the Cowboy who had endured the most hardship, it was his finest hour. Number 74 authored the game's signature play.
Walk out by Green, goes back to pass. Looking safe, back to the 20-yard line. Still heading, back to the 15. Still being hit to the 10. He's got him. What a save by Bob Lilly.
Early in the fourth quarter, the Cowboys had a 3-touchdown lead. The final minutes were a coronation and a chance for reflection.
Long time. It's been a long time. Long time. Love it. Woo!
I'm real proud of you. I was crying for you. I was. So it's good. Nothing we could say. I don't want to say anything because I've been there before. Congratulations. Been rested up.
Way to go, Rob. Way to go. Proud for you. So proud for you.
What do you think, Coach?
It's pretty nice.
Congratulations. I'm really happy.
For the Cowboys and their fans, the final seconds were counted down like a New Year's celebration.
I remember Coach Landry being lifted off the shoulders of the players coming off the field. I still have that picture of him smiling.
Yeah. So that was the Cowboys for her Super Bowl right there. There's actually a little bit of a story that Bob Lilly tells about that game. Okay, so when the Cowboys went to their first Super Bowl the year before against the Colts, Bob Lilly had a cigar. A celebration cigar that he was going to smoke after the Cowboys won the game, but the Cowboys lost, so he didn't get the chance to smoke it. So Bob Lilly came home, put the cigar in the freezer, bought it back with him to Miami for that year's Super Bowl. Okay, and the Cowboys won the game, and he was finally able to smoke that. He was finally able to smoke that victory cigar. Okay, so yeah, and Bob Lilly said he put the cigar in the freezer, and then he said when he lit it up in the locker room, after in the locker room, he barely got how it lit, but it's still lit, okay? And the thing about it is, the Cowboys, in today's game, players are throwing champagne, they're dancing, they have on champagne goggles. Champagne burns your eyes, really burns your eyes, okay? And so, but the Cowboys winning their first Super Bowl, their locker room wasn't like that, okay? The Cowboys winning their first Super Bowl, their locker room was like a peaceful celebration of getting the job done. It was a quiet locker room, Super Bowl locker room in victory, okay? And there was no champagne. They just enjoyed the moment in peace, okay? So we get to the Super Bowl again in 1975. Let me tell you something. Cliff Harris made a major mistake, okay? I think he made a major mistake when Roger Arella of the Steelers missed a field goal. Cliff Harris came up to him, patted him on the helmet. Jack Lambert came and threw him down. And the referee kicked Jack Lambert out of the game. Then Jack Lambert came up to the referee and said, "Hey, this is the Super Bowl. You can't throw me out." And the referee said, "Well, you get back in the huddle and you shut up." And that pretty much kind of turned the tone of the game. We all know about Percy Howard. If Percy Howard would have caught that Hail Mary from Roger Staubach, that would have been the greatest catch in Super Bowl that would have been the greatest catch in Super Bowl history, bar none. If Percy Howard was able to catch that Hail Mary from Roger Staubach, that would have been the greatest Super Bowl play in history, bar none, okay? So we get back to the Super Bowl in 1977 versus the Broncos, okay? So yeah. No, not that. Okay. Okay, so here we go.
In New Orleans, the Cowboys faced the Cinderella Denver Broncos and its Orange Crush defense. It was doomsday in the dome. Another day at the office for the defense. Fold, spindle, and mutilate. They overwhelmed Morton and held the Broncos to just 35 yards passing.
That's unheard of.
The worst thing that Craig had going into that game was the fact that he played for the Cowboys. And the fact that Coach Landry knew him so well. The one thing we knew that he couldn't do was run. He had no legs to run. He couldn't scramble. So our whole philosophy on defense was to collapse that pocket around him. Doomsday was pretty much unstoppable in that game. Our offensive line couldn't stop him. Craig couldn't get rid of the ball. And when he had time to throw the football, our defensive backs, our safeties were covering up their receivers.
Morton will throw, has time this time. Nope, Hennessy lets it go. It's intercepted again. Picked off by Aaron Kyle.
Suffocating defense allowed Landry to make an aggressive play call in the first quarter. With it 4th and 1 from the 3, the usually conservative coach disdained 3 points for 6.
Ball at the 3-yard line. Staubach passing, hands it off the Dorsett, drives, touchdown!
The first dynamic play squeezed the juice out of the Orange Crush defense.
Roger goes deep across the middle, way downfield, and Butch Johnson caught! Touchdown! A sensational diving catch by Butch Johnson, the Cowboys' second-year wide receiver.
We didn't just come up with those plays on the sideline. We had worked those plays for 2 weeks in preparation to do those things in that game on that Sunday. You give Coach Landry 2 weeks to prepare, and They could probably end that war in Iraq if you give them 2 weeks to prepare.
I don't know why, Vern, but I just have a feeling that Tom Landry might have a gadget that he might want to use in a situation like this.
The gadget play would be a Robert Newhouse pass.
Fires the deep for Goldie Richards. Caught, touchdown!
The Cowboys had buried Cinderella. They stole her handbag, crushed her corsage, and shattered her glass slipper. Craig Morton had always wanted to quarterback the Cowboys to a Super Bowl victory. On this day, sadly, he did. From the beginning of 1977 to the finish, the end result was inevitable. A world championship. Victory in Super Bowl 12.
Harvey Martin and Randy White, co-MVPs of that game. Randy White and Harvey Martin, co-MVPs of that game, okay? All right. Okay. No, not that. Hold up. Okay. So yeah. Hold up. Just want to make sure I get the right one. Just want to make sure I get the right one. Make sure I get the right one. Okay. So Cowboys got out the ball first. Kevin Williams, who was a rookie back then for the Cowboys in Super Bowl 28. Okay. This was the first play of the game. Kevin Williams.
A high spinner to the 2.
Williams, a rookie from Miami, has a hole on the sidelines at the 40. Christie can't get him and out of bounds at midfield. The Buffalo half of the field.
Yeah, so that was the first play of the game by Kevin Williams. The Super Bowl 28 is remembered for the James Washington, for the Leon Lett strip, James Washington taking it back for a touchdown that turned the tide of the game, okay? It's remembered for that. I remember the media interviewing Bill Bates' children before the game, and they asked Bill Bates' children who is going to win the Super Bowl, and Bill Bates' children said, "Daddy is," okay? Right? Right, yeah, so, yeah.
Here we are again, same time next year. The Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl.
That's it, baby. Last one. Yeah, baby, last one. Last one. All net.
Troy Aikman started the game, but he clearly was not himself.
Aikman, straight drop. Here comes Bruce. He steps up deep ball to the middle. It's intercepted. And the Buffalo Bills have come to play in this Super Bowl. Come on, let's go. Keep your head in the ball game. Let's go.
Despite their tactical advantage, the Cowboys produced only 2 field goals by halftime and trailed 13-6.
But nobody was panicking. Jimmy seemed pretty calm.
We came out of that locker room like gangbusters.
We felt like that if we're going to get back in the game, it had to be with Emmett because Troy wasn't at his best. And that's exactly what we did. We fed it to Emmett and took it down the field.
The Cowboys gave the ball to Smith 7 times on an 8-play drive.
Smith for 9, Smith for 3, Smith for 8, Smith for 7. Aikman drawn to Smith. Tackle
go down, most back, almost all backs would have gone down, and the Cowboys have turned this game dramatically.
In that moment, the game was over. We never gave Buffalo a chance to truly settle back in. From that point on, we hit them with a flurry of shots. It was like a boxer closing out a knockout.
4th and goal at the 1. Blitz, pitch left to Smith, blocked from Justin. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith.
With 132 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, Emmitt Smith was named the Super Bowl MVP. And the Cowboys again were crowned world champions.
2 in a row. How sweet it is. Back to back, baby. Back to back, baby. Back, baby. Cowboys back to back in the house. Yeah.
It was a game like their year. They started 0-2. They were in deep ruts. Everybody said they couldn't do it. Well, guess what? Dallas, your Cowboys are still champions.
Yeah, so back to back went Jimmy Johnson and the Cowboys, right? Yeah, and so okay, hold on. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So the Cowboys got back to the Super Bowl in 1995. Okay. Yep. And Larry Brown was the hero of the game. No question about it. No question about it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah, here we goes. Yeah, so people forget that that Deion Sanders had a catch in Super Bowl 30, okay? Yes, he did. And it was a big one too, okay? I rewatched the game a couple of years ago, and I completely forgot that Deion Sanders had a catch in the Super Bowl, okay? All I remember is those 2 Larry Brown interceptions and the Emmitt Smith touchdowns. And I don't remember the J-No Hovacek touchdown. I do remember watching the game. I was 10 years old at the time of Super Bowl 30, okay? So, might not have the greatest memory, but watching a game, no. You see the stuff that you forgot that had happened while you were a kid, but anyway.
He's the first ever NFL player to have a critical knee surgery and still play in the same season. Sanders still in as Aikman on first down. Goes long for Sanders. Caught by Deion at the 15-yard line.
Willie Williams was in perfect position the whole way to make the play, but he couldn't do it. He did not time his jump or his move to the football on time. Right here, he's on the outside technique. He's really hoping to get some help deep, but the Cowboys do a good job of getting the safety out of the middle, and right there, he's just a little too quick at jumping Deion. Excellent job of catching the football.
Little afterwards, I'll dance you a little bit. Little prime time, 47 yards on the play for Sanders.
Yeah, so I completely forgot he had a catch in the Super Bowl, okay? But he did, so.
The Cowboys look to win the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in 4 years. For Barry Switzer, the former Oklahoma head coach, His ultimate moments seemed no bigger than a college bowl game.
He kind of enjoyed just the circus atmosphere of it and didn't take it too seriously. And I think for him it was like a big bowl game.
The Cowboys' overpowering defense and picture-perfect offense overwhelmed the Steelers.
Take the pass with first and goal from the 3, wide open, Jay Novacek, touchdown!
We've got control of the game. All of a sudden, there's a lull, and we don't have control of the game anymore.
First and goal at the 6. Slant pattern for the goal line. Touchdown, Steelers!
All of a sudden, they're back into it because we have a little bit of a lull during the course of the game, and then we got to hold on and have a little bit of luck help us out at the end. And Larry Brown happened to be in the right place at the right time twice.
It was just a zone play for us there, and I think Neil O'Donnell, the ball got away from it, just slipped. He actually tried to hit a crossing route in my zone, and ended up floating right to me. I said I was going to make sure I caught it, and I think at that time I was trying to score, get up and down the sideline, get that ball in the end zone if I could. It was a freebie, it was a gift, and gladly appreciate it.
Instead of burying the Steelers, they granted them a stay of execution.
Give the band, and Bam walks into the end zone for the Steeler touchdown, and we got a derby in Super Bowl 30.
On the second interception, we were blitzing, and we were sending everybody. I think Neil recognized it was a blitz check, and I beat the receiver to the spot. And again, just tried to take it and get it in the end zone from there.
10, out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Hey, you get one more, you can run for mayor. You got it. Straight up. I'll vote for you, dog. As long as you give me a job.
Second and goal from the 4. Watkins in motion, hand off Emmitt Smith on the right-hand side. Touchdown. Emmitt Smith scores. And Dallas, your Cowboys are world champions again.
At Super Bowl 30, Larry Brown.
Victory was final vindication for Barry Switzer and his psychiatrist's dream of a team. Somehow they had survived this turbulent season and had won Super Bowl 30.
I think that there was a collective sigh of relief mixed with a strong sigh of euphoria.
The joy just wasn't there, man. It was not the same. It was, thank God the season's over.
It was just a very, very strange year. A testimony to that team that we were able to get through all that and somehow find a way to win a championship.
Yeah. Again, the 95 Cowboys, if social media was around, I'm not too sure if they went to Super Bowl, okay, if social media was around, okay, in 1995. You got to remember something. I remember Larry Brown saying something. We were dealing with something every single week of that season, okay? And it was just a very difficult time for us, and a lot of guys didn't know how to handle it, okay? Let me tell you what they went through during the season, okay? Kevin Smith gets injured at the start of the season, and he's out for the year. Jerry Jones does his own separate thing, goes with Nike and gets sued. Troy Aikman is accused of playing soft against Norv Turner. Then the Deion Sanders signs. Let's see. Then we lose to San Francisco at home in the NFC Championship rematch. Clayton Holmes and Leon Lett get suspended for drug violations. Leon Lett actually came back during that season. But yeah, Clayton Holmes and Leon Lett get suspended for drug violations. One of our assistant coaches accused Troy Aikman of being a racist. Yes, that happened. John Blake was the assistant coach who accused Aikman of being a racist. And of course, there was a Troy Aikman-Barry Switzer feud that was going on the whole year. 4th and 1 in Philly. Don't remind me. don't remind me of 4th and 100 in Philly. Even until today in 2026, the Dallas Cowboys fan want to talk about 4th and 1 in Philly, okay? Yeah, so, yeah, there was just a ton of things going on during that season, okay? That we went through all of that and still won the championship, okay? So, yeah. All right, that's it. And that's all for Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am out of here. Peace out. May God bless you all.
Who?
Cowboys.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboys.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboys.
Steelers better get it right. Giants better get it right. Who?
Cowboys.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboys.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboys.
Eagles better get it right. Skins better get it right.